All right, hit it.
The following contains offensive language and spoilers. Listener discretion is advised.
I'm gonna just let this ride. Let this ride. This shit. There you go. I just want to just let that ride for a second. That's all. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies, where there's new bully. Me host Leroy, aka Beware the Saint Eyes of March. With my co-host.
Oh yeah, this is Eli, aka Ugnot Parmesan.
Ugnot, he has spoken.
That's right.
Yeah, and shout out to everybody, including our number one fan, the AI.
Robert Kopp, yes.
Right. Let me see who we got here. Who is this? Jake?
First.
It's fake. Yes, you are
Jake
first. You are first there.
Jake's always, yeah.
Eli, did you see
number
that thing
one?
Did you see the intro that you were talking about? I don't know if you got a chance to see it.
The He-Man?
Yeah, the He-Man dancing. They were doing the dirty dancing thing.
Yeah, that was I was doing the He-Man theme song.
You did do the He-Man thing, so I was saying because I saw that commercial the other day, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" So I decided to post it on here to see what's going on. Yeah. So shout out to Jake, and like I said, this is an easy breezy episode. Next week we got the main shit going for you. Right now we're gonna take it easy because Eli was flying all week to get home, and boy, are his arms tired.
Yes,
that's my one corny joke of the week of the day.
I was running like the Flash. I was running like the Flash. I had that Ezra Miller running technique where he runs all weird.
Where he was skiing and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, my poor form. And now I'm all sore.
How wonderful for you. All right, let me ask you something. Did we miss St. Patrick's Day?
I did. I didn't even know it was yesterday. Because I was.
But today, yesterday, whatever you want to call it, I just thought about it. I was like, nobody said anything about it. Nobody talked about it. It just kind of like came and went. So we just gonna pretend like it didn't happen?
Sure.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
I'm not Irish. I don't drink, so sure, I don't care.
I mean, you don't have to be Irish to have a huge drink. It's like Cinco de Mayo. We're not Mexican, but we drink anyway, just for that. My whole thing is it's like people like there was no weird conspiracy theories. It just flew over the head. I didn't see anything on my timeline saying like the leprechauns were black, or the Oompa Loompas were black and shit like that. None of that. It was just quiet. But it's just like we're good with St. Patrick's Day this week. So
well, it's not an official holiday, but it fell on a Saturday. So you think that would
No.
Yeah.
It fell on a Sunday.
Oh, is it Sunday? Oh, so today's St. Patrick.
Well, yesterday.
St. Patrick. Well, technically, yeah.
Wait.
Okay.
I don't know where you are right now. You're like are you in the negative zone or some shit? I don't know.
We're still we're back in the same time,
Okay, we're back in the same time. I can't do a time travel skit with you this time.
Yeah. I'm no longer Future Boy or whatever. Actually, it passed. You were ahead of me.
Yeah, I'm in your past, or I'm your future, or some shit. I'm your destiny. I don't know what the fuck.
So yeah, this is totally so going from daylight saving time plus traveling 2 time zones over. I'm totally fucked up, man.
You don't know what time zone you're in right now.
Yeah. Well, what day it is, I don't care.
You're in the past and future at the same time. Yeah. You are a paradox right now.
Yes, I am Dr. Manhattan. Time is not linear.
Dick swinging and shit like that. Is that why your camera's off?
Big and blue, man. Big blue ball. Not the dick, just balls, man. Swinging.
So there you go. So Eli's not safe for work. There you go. Oh shit. What are we talking about? We can jump into it. We're gonna talk about some of the bullshit we just talking to it. Like I said, no, you know what? Before we get into it, we're gonna talk about something else, Eli. Okay. Now, before anybody say anything to me about this movie, I'm just gonna go ahead and put a public service announcement out right now. Where is it? I don't see it. Hold on. I was gonna do public service now, but I didn't see what I was gonna do. There we go. Okay, I see it. So I'm doing a public service announcement. I am not going to watch this bullshit movie. So don't ask me. Don't tell me what I'm going to do. I'm not. American Negroes, Magical Negros.
Oh yeah.
I'm not watching it. So I'm just giving you a heads up, Jake. Don't ask me. I'm not reviewing it. Not talking about it. Do not give a shit about this movie. I know I went and watched Madam Web because I watch every other bullshit. This might be the first movie that I find offensive to just not watch. Well, at least on this podcast that I'm not going to watch. So don't ask me. Don't be like,
you know what?
Yeah.
I saw the trailer, and the first thing I thought of was like, Leroy's gonna hate this shit.
Okay. I thought you would think the opposite, like I was gonna love this shit or some shit like that. So no, I was like, man, I saw the trailer, I was like, you know what, Eli? I gave it a chance when I saw the poster. I gave it a chance. And then I saw the trailer. I was like, man, fuck this movie, man. I'm not gonna see this shit. So that's my whole stance on that right now. Now, I will say this. For anybody on my timeline saying they're interested or want to see this movie, I'm side-eyeing you. I am giving you the side, I am giving you the evil look. And for anybody that saw that movie before you saw American Fiction, which was nominated for an Oscar, and Jeffrey Wright was nominated for Best Actor, and you saw that shit first before you saw that, I'm going to pull a Jay and Silent Bob. I'm going to buy a ticket, come to your house, and beat your ass just for doing that shit. Try me. Shit. Anyway, but thanks for listening if anybody hear that shit. Yeah. Oh, what do we got here? Oh,
David Allen
Grier. No, I love David Allen Grier, but not for this bullshit. Nope. What do we got here? Let me see.
Trying to think of the last thing I saw David Allen Grier in.
Okay, I'm glad you said that, Jake. Let's talk about this black cinema thing. Like, you got to. Now, we don't have to support everything black cinema. Like, I haven't watched a Tyler Perry movie since whatever. Now, my thing
I mean, that movie is kind of sounding like what American Fiction was about. Even though I haven't seen American, even though I haven't seen American Fiction.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
because that whole movie is about code switching. I get that, but
yeah,
it's handled differently. It's like it's not what you say; it's how you say it. If that makes sense. And plus, let's look at that post one more time. I hate talking about this fucking movie. I'm talking about this movie one more time. Look at this shit, man. If you don't know what the fuck it is, like a black Harry Potter movie.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know what the fuck it is. And I made the mistake of going online and saying black people don't watch Harry Potter. Then I had a bunch of black Harry Potter fans jump down my throat. So my fault. I didn't mean that.
Yeah, man. You got to watch your mouth.
I got to watch this the internet. I got to watch it. Hey, we got some big shit. We're not going to talk about it on here, Eli, because I don't want to incriminate us, but you know. I know Gomer was like, what the fuck? Anyway.
That's why I'm never showing my face ever again on here.
Right. That way it's just me. That way all blame is on me for the shit that he says. So, yeah.
I am the AI. No.
Right. Oh shit. Anyway, what was I talking about? Let's talk about something positive. Yes, we're gonna talk about something positive. We're gonna talk about Invincible season 2. We're gonna talk about Invincible season 2. It is back. Now, the thing was, Invincible season 2 was gone. For a lot of people that don't know, it went away for 2-3 months. I can't remember. It was on hiatus. Like, it wasn't like in between seasons. Like, it was like half the season. They gave you half the season, stop, and now the other half of the season is starting now. So, a lot of people, I guess, didn't know when it started, kind of fell off on it, because I didn't hear a lot of buzz about it. You know, like when it first started, and the first season you heard buzz, but the second season restarted, didn't hear a whole lot about it. So, and even then, I was like, oh, is it on? I think I got like a notification, or I went on Amazon. I just saw it. I was like, oh, so let me just watch and see what's going on. And Eli, we're back. We're back, baby. that episode that came back with it, they came out guns blazing, swinging. That episode was awesome. Whole bunch of shit flying around the place, to go into space, go to Mars. People getting their heads chopped off and arms ripped off and eaten and all kind of shit, shitted out, all kind of stuff. Like, yes, they're giving us back Invincible, you know. And nobody watched it. I'm like, and then they gave us like this crazy ass cliffhanger. I'm like, how you gonna write this shit? Now, my thing is this. Like I said, it was 4 episodes back in, 2 months ago. And they're giving us 4 episodes coming up now. So we got 1 episode. It's 3 episodes left. Now, the show ended with like 3 different cliffhangers with 3 different people doing 3 different shit. And I'm like, and the main bad guy thing, advertiser in the first episode hadn't even shown up yet. So I'm like, how the fuck they gonna wrap all this shit up? I don't know. I guess that's for another time, but I'm interested. I'm locked in. I am invested. I want to see where it goes, Cool. So are they gonna be able to do all this shit?
Yeah. I suppose, it still gives no fucks, like, as far as violence and
they went crazy. It's like they're ramping up. Like, damn, you did that. And you know what's fucked up about it, Eli? Everything they're doing is from the comics. I read the entire comic series, and I remember when they did this shit. I don't know why I'm shocked, but it still shocked me when they did it. Like, that's exactly what they did. So I should have seen this shit coming.
It's one thing to see someone's asshole blow up on page, but when you see it in live action,
It's different. You're right. It's different.
It's different.
It's like watching the asshole blow up for the first time. You know. Rachel, and I include my 15-year-old son. Israel says, okay, so people are on it because here's the thing. Because I've been talking. Hold up. How many? We ain't even doing shit. What's that? Fuck this. Yeah. Thank you for listening. Yes. Fuck this. My sentiment exactly. So my thing is this: I've been like, people need to talk more about Invincible because Invincible is a great show. It's been killing it right now. Instead of bitching every single thing about X-Men '97 because they won't shut the fuck up about X-Men '97. But it ain't good. A show they haven't even seen yet. And then they turn around and they bitching about something else about it. Like if you bitching that much about it, don't watch it. Go watch something else, or wait till it comes out, watch first episode, 2 episodes like that, and then bitch about it. Don't bitch about it a month in advance before it comes out. You don't have any idea what's going on. You know what the fuck's happening, all this shit like that. Can I transition to X-Men 97 now? Someone talk about that?
Sure.
I say what I got to say about Invincible. It's awesome. Go watch it. 3 episodes left. You'll like it. Let's talk about X-Men. Now, Eli, have you heard the news about X-Men 97? The big thing going about X-Men 97 this week.
Yeah, that the showrunner got fired or something.
Yeah, the showrunner got fired. I'm trying to think what his name is. I don't know what his name is. I'm gonna completely butcher his name. I'm not even gonna try. He got fired a week before the show came out. Now, why he got fired? Nobody knows. Why does everybody think he got fired? Everybody's just making up bullshit and just saying what they want.
Because he made Rogue's ass smaller.
Yes, he
fired him.
He is the guy that did it. He shrunk Rogue's cakes. He's the one that did it. He gave more pronouns. That's him. He's the guy that did it, so that's why he got fired. So they're saying, so now that they're saying he's fired, they're saying, oh, Disney is waking up from the wokeness. I'm like, where are you getting this from? Like, that doesn't make any sense what you're saying. You know? Hold on, let me see. To piss off the woke crowd. Oh, that's have we honestly, Eli? I think we pissed off everybody but the woke crowd.
Yeah, well, not on here, no.
Not on here, but yeah. they had like 3 seasons. Yeah, well, no. Well, okay, Jake, I think they have 2 seasons already made, and he was working on the 3rd season, and then they fired him. So, but why they fired him, nobody has any clue why they fired him. But I'm tired of the internet just making up bullshit reasons why he got fired. X-Men 97 on Saturday morning. Frank, what are you, 12? This ain't 1992. You can DVR this shit. It's coming on. I don't know when it's coming on, but you don't have to wait till Saturday morning at 7 o'clock.
I think what he means is that's when he's gonna watch it.
Yeah, you don't have to get that feeling again. You don't have to wake up 7 o'clock in the morning on Saturday morning and watch this shit.
Eating your Fruit Loops and
eating your Fruit Loops and your cereals and shit, and your onion roux. You don't have to do that.
Yeah. Then go outside and run into sprinklers right afterwards.
Right. You're some grown ass kid. Hey, Frank. Hey, that's just us talking, man. You a grown ass man. You can do what the hell you want to do.
Yeah. Yeah. You deserve to eat your Fruit Loops.
You deserve to eat your Fruit Loops at 7 o'clock in the morning while watching Saturday morning cartoons. You can do that. You paid all your bills, hopefully. So do what the hell you want to do. Fuck us. Shit. But Eli, do you know the biggest, I ain't gonna say made up reason, but the biggest conspiracy theory why people think they fired dude?
No, I mean I haven't really been paying much attention to the chat or any of that.
Here's the kicker. Here's the reason people think he's got fired. Like I said, they're making the shit up, but they think he got fired. They think he got fired because Disney might have found out he had an OnlyFans.
Oh, really? So, he's got an OnlyFans?
Hell, I don't know. Look, I'm not doing that much research. I know I'm dedicated, but I'm not that dedicated. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole and find something I can't unsee. I'm going out clicking his link, looking for pictures of Cyclops. Like, no, ain't no Cyclops here. But I got a one-eyed monster for you. Like, no. So no, I don't know, but I'm just tired of people just making up bullshit, just whatever they want to say about it. So that's all. That's all I said. Can we move past that?
Well, you know what? If Gina Carano wins her case, he can get his job back too.
And that's why Disney is smart, because they didn't tell us why he got fired. So we can't we know why Gina Carano got fired. We saw that shit playing out in real time. But him, I'm pretty sure they told him. But you're right. If it was because of that bullshit, and Gina Carano did that bullshit, he can get his job back.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing that holds on. If this case goes through for her, then everybody who gets fired can sue.
If that's what happens. So
if you know a big rich billionaire who wants to fuck you, then it's possible. Anything's possible.
Anything's possible. Owes you guys for you church for all other shit. Sorry, follow. Thanks. No, you don't want us to do that. You don't want us to do that research, Jake. I mean, or maybe you do, but we're not the guys for that. So
don't come to us for the news.
Yeah. Oh shit. Or I think you talked about the OnlyFans research on that shit. Yeah. Oh shit. Anyway, now I defer to you, Eli. I'm gonna throw it to you. Okay, because this is your baby. We're gonna see where it goes from there.
Oh, we are talking about this? Oh, okay.
Oh, that's right. You did say you didn't want to talk about it. My fault.
Well, you already put it up, so Jake wants to talk. Does Jake want me? Okay, so Neve Campbell is back in Scream now.
That dude we just posted. That's what he wants. So.
Yeah, so Neve Campbell is coming back to Scream as in the new Scream movie as Sidney Prescott after being fired or after she didn't get paid enough.
Yeah, they kind of shortchanged her, you know.
Yeah, so they wouldn't pay her fee, so she wasn't in the last movie. So they kind of went forward with two other actresses, but then after all that crap with the two new actresses, and now they're not going to be in it, and then they lost the director, and now the new Scream.
From what we know, Melissa, what's her name? Whatever her name, she got fired.
Yeah.
We're not gonna get into it why, because honestly I hadn't paid attention to it. And Jenna Ortega, after she got fired, said she had scheduling conflicts like the day after. So take that for what you will. Anyway, the two actors out. So
yeah, and then they lost the director, and it was like ever since it's kind of been in shambles. The movie has been in shambles. People are calling the boycott over the whole Israel-Palestine conflict. War, genocide going on over there. So Neve Campbell's back.
Right.
And so is Kevin Williamson. He's directing it now, who wrote the original Scream movies.
Okay.
Yeah, he's directing it too. So yeah, that's what's going on. There's still a lot of chatter that I've seen. People are still calling the boycott. People are still calling they're disappointed in Neve Campbell's choice to return. Yeah, that's about it.
Because the thing is, like I said, it's a whole political thing going on right now, whether or not you own Melissa's side or not side. Or now, if anybody wants to boycott because of this, you're completely within your right to do whatever you want to do. I won't look down on you. That's your money. You do what you want to with your money. Now, as far as Neve Campbell, let's be honest, she ain't playing in a lot of shit. So if Scream is going to back up the truck, pay her what she wanted. Matter of fact, I hope she told them, no, the price is going up. That shit we talked about last week. No, you back that shit up. So if they did that, I don't blame her for that. Get your money like that. My thing is this about this whole movie. Like I said, they set up the narrative where the last two movies were headed towards something where Melissa, what's her name, and Jenna Ortega was supposed to be doing some big trilogy thing, and they set up the last two movies for that. So now we're just like, no, they're throwing this shit out. So I'm like, how is Neve Campbell even going to finish? I know we shouldn't even care about the storyline in these movies anymore, but if you tell us to care and then tell us not to care, how are we supposed to feel?
Yeah. Well, Scream does have a big fan base, and I think they were. The thing about Scream movies that sets them apart from most slasher movies is they are focused on the characters. Right. The lore, there is a lore, whereas Jason movies are just, Jason chops up new kids every movie. You don't give a shit who they are or their backstories or who, their backgrounds or any of that shit. So, but Scream is very well based in like this soap opera drama between reoccurring characters and has this big, rich lore. And Sidney Prescott's character was very much a pivotal point of that mythology, the Scream mythology. Right. So even when she was gone, I don't know. I'm indifferent to Scream movies. I'm not the biggest Scream fan, but I understand the fan base's, their concerns. But yeah, I mean, it just sucks that we live in a world where we all expect each other to think the same way.
Right. And that's the thing. Especially on that situation. Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't think like me, then you're a piece of shit. That's pretty much what's going on here. And I think Neve Campbell is in a shitty position where she's damned if she does and damned if she doesn't.
Right.
And like you said, like her phone ain't ringing like Jenna Ortega's phone is anymore.
Right.
Jenna Ortega is going to be all right, but Neve Campbell,
she's going to be okay. So yeah,
it ain't the 90s no more. So I mean, I'm like I said, I'm not the biggest Scream fan. So in the end, I don't really care. So
my thing, I think they can make it work as far as like for the Scream franchise. I think they make it work if they, like I said, treat it like a side story or something. Like instead of pretend like the last two, not to pretend like they don't exist, but pretend like just open with her and don't reference anything from the last two movies. Basically, like make it about her having it in a completely different city where it's different and you're doing whatever you want to do. That's it. But
or just make a stab movie, make a stab movie.
Right. But if they make a stab movie, she wouldn't be in it because the stab character is playing a version of her.
Yeah. But that's where I don't know. I think to keep it fresh. I don't really care. Whatever.
But here's the thing. At the end of the day, Eli, we know why they're doing this because they got to milk out franchises. That's what they got to do. Scream movies are cheap. So they can just pretty much pay Sidney Prescott, whatever her name is, whatever they want, put this movie out there. They know it's going to make us money back. Even if people are boycotting, still going to make us money back. And they're good. Scream is a safe bet at this point. It ain't like an Avengers movie or a Superman movie. You're not dumping $300 million budget in a Scream movie.
Yeah.
So you're gonna make your money back. It's easy. That's why they keep doing this stuff. So it don't really even matter. That's why we're kind of wondering why they even making a movie like that. If you lost your two big stars and you've been basically building up to something, that's why. Because they got a franchise and it's Paramount. Can we talk about Paramount for a second? I'm glad we talk about Paramount. This is a Paramount movie, right?
I don't know.
Oh,
I mean, right. it was Miramax back in the day. I don't know how anymore.
We know what happened with that. Let me see. Who owns Scream? Is Scream? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay, it is Scream. Good. Thank you. I'm glad we're talking about that. Okay, so we're talking about Paramount. We know that Paramount is in trouble. And please, Eli, I want to talk about something for a second because look. In this day and age, I need everybody to listen to this podcast or share this out. I need everybody to start learning how to use social media. Because at this point, this shit got to stop. Because I saw this shit right here. I'm talking about Dave Chappelle got $2 billion from CBS to have a late night talk show on network TV. And it's getting shared everywhere. This shit is going viral. I thought it was funny at first when I saw it. Then I saw like Eddie Griffin share it. I'm like, come on, man. Y'all got to do better than this shit, man. First off, CBS doesn't have $2 billion, period. They can't give it to Dave Chappelle. Paramount as a company in general has less than $8 billion. The company. Now I'm talking about CBS, BET, MTV, Nickelodeon, whatever else you want to name on there, all this shit like that, combined $8 billion. So they don't have $2 billion to give Dave Chappelle. Matter of fact, they're trying to sell their shit right now because they're in the red. They're trying to sell their shit. That's why Tyler Perry is circling the drain for BET. He's trying to buy that shit. So that's going to run out. So yes, no, they don't have $2 billion to give Dave Chappelle for a late night talk show. First off, who watches network TV anymore? Who watches late night talk show? Eli, when the last time you watched a late night talk show?
It's been a while. I mean, I don't have regular TV. Yeah,
nobody does. Even if you have regular TV, even if you have regular TV, and the thing is, like these talk shows, you can watch them anything. Nobody is watching late night talk shows. I don't give a fuck what these celebrities look like nowadays. I might watch it, I mean, I see clips of them sometimes, But against your will, are you searching for the clips?
No, yeah, like Jimmy Fallon or some clip,
you're
whatever.
For it against your will. You know what? Because they got to deal with YouTube or some bullshit like that. So if you're YouTube, they're gonna stop whatever you're watching to shove Jimmy Fallon in your face and then move on like that. But nobody's searching for this shit anymore. Nobody watching this shit. So you think they're gonna give Dave Chappelle $2 billion on a network TV show that nobody watches? Plus, let's not forget, Dave Chappelle is transphobic, so they're not going to put him on a late night talk show. First off, let's talk about Dave Chappelle for a second. For some people, I don't mean to shit on Dave Chappelle, but I'm just saying people still haven't figured out that he's a right-wing comedian. And for some reason, that fact like flies over people's head, and he has been basically done everything but just tell you up front what his political leanings are. So they're not going to stick him on late night talk show or any network television. They'll put him on Netflix to piss people off, but they're not gonna do that shit anywhere else. So stop sharing this shit. That's all I'm saying. Be smart. Come on, yeah. And you know who I blame, Eli? I blame TikTok. I blame TikTok for this bullshit.
Oh shit! Are we going down there?
See, I wasn't going to Eli, but you made me do it. So
I do. I'm just sitting here. We went from Scream to Paramount to Dave Chappelle. Now we're on
I'm okay. I'm not gonna talk about TikTok. I'm just saying I already know that TikTok be spread all this misinformation all the time, and I know that where that shit came from. So shit.
Yeah.
That's
who's the more foolish, the fool or the fool who follows him?
Exactly. Shit. That's why. Hey,
no, what? No, I saw Jake's comment. What is he pissed? Is he pissed about the CBS thing, or what's he pissed about?
I don't know. Everybody, it's the internet. Everybody's pissed about something. I got y'all. I got my news. Oh, Jake, you can't get your news on TikTok. No. That's the problem. That's the problem with society. We live in a society. Hey, Paramount Plus got some shit though. But I'm gonna be honest with you. When season 2 of Halo is over with, I'm canceling this shit. Sorry. Paramount,
is that the one with the Star Trek shit?
Yeah.
Okay, I got Paramount just to watch The Stand, and it sucked, and then I haven't had it since.
Damn. Oh, yeah. It's got some stuff on there. It's got stuff in there. What else? I saw Frasier on there, the reboot. So Frasier. Okay. You know. But yeah, one more episode of Halo. That shit is out of here. Anyway, what are we talking about? One more thing we gotta talk. We gotta address this. We gotta address this. Let's talk about this. Okay. For those that don't know, I'm pretty sure it's been all over the news, and we gotta talk about this because it's a comic book podcast. So we have to do our due diligence. Yeah, so The Crow is back. Now, for those that don't know, well, The Crow is a trailer, and it's got that Pennywise dude, that guy. Okay, so he's the Crow. Everybody's upset. Everybody's mad. Everybody's pissed. It's the internet. You know, water is wet. That's how it goes. Reason we're talking about it because for those that don't know, The Crow is a remake of a 90s movie that was based on a comic. Mm-hmm. So yes, The Crow is a comic, and that's where it came from. Because that's what the 90s did when Batman and Robin came out and just killed comic book movies. Hollywood decided to go a different route and decided to snatch up every indie comic book they could find. That's where Ninja Turtles came from, Crow came from, Spawn came from, Tank Girl came from, Barbed Wire came from,
The Mask.
We're missing some other ones, missing some big ones.
Yeah,
but anyway,
History of Violence. History of Violence was
History of Violence. I think was
2000,
but that's a comic also.
Yeah, 2000.
Ghost World,
that's a comic. Ghost World, Road to Perdition.
Yeah. And all those were indie comics, so that's what I'm saying. So they didn't have to go through Marvel, DC. They went through there, and it really gave the comic book industry like a renaissance because, like, Marvel, DC can't make those type of movies.
Yeah.
So it gave them more freedom to do what they wanted to do. So that was a cool thing. But yeah, and The Crow was like it also. Now, Eli, can I say something that might get me banned off this podcast? And you might whoop my ass.
Have I ever stopped you ever?
No, and that's the problem. Sometimes you should rein me in.
If we're okay, are we going to get death threats from this? Maybe if we are, then shut the fuck up, please.
Thank you, Eli. Rein me in sometimes. Anyway, what was I talking about? Okay, the thing I was going to say that I've never seen The Crow movie.
Oh yeah, that's fucked up, dude.
Okay, you might get death threats from that. That's all I'm saying. I've never seen the movie. Now, I will say this: I read the comic.
Okay, yeah.
And that's why I didn't watch the movie because, like, I read the comic, and I was like, "Well, I read the comic. I already know what's going to happen, so I guess I'm good." And plus, they had the whole thing about Brandon Lee dying in the movie, and I didn't want to go through that and be sad because he was like one of my favorite action stars coming up. The stuff he was in, like, what was that?
Yeah. Rapid Fire.
Showdown in Little Tokyo.
Showdown, Little Tokyo. Yeah.
Remember that shit? Yeah, that shit. Yep. So he was in those
Rapid Fire,
all the movies like that. It's not like, damn, I was sad. You know what's fucked up? I found out Brandon Lee died before I found out Bruce Lee died.
What?
I didn't know. I was watching the movies. I just thought that's around the time I got into Bruce Lee. So when I was watching the movies, I didn't know how old those movies were. So I'm watching like In the Dragon and whooping Chuck Norris ass and him with Jim Kelly. Man, you straight up a comic book. We didn't have Wikipedia back then. I didn't know how old those movies were. So I'm watching the movie. I'm like, oh, damn. Well, I want to know some other movies come on. And plus, you got to remember, Eli, back then they had all those knockoff bootleg Bruce Lee movies. Bruce Lee, Dragon Lee, all the shit like that.
Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee. I didn't know it was all that shit. So I'm thinking he's still making movies and shit like that. Like, when's the next Bruce Lee movie coming out? You know? So
Bruce Leg.
Right. So yeah, then they said Brandon Lee died in the same fashion his father Bruce Lee died. I'm like, Bruce Lee died? Like that fucked me up. So I'm like, nah, I'm not watching this shit. So yeah. So I've never seen the movie. No. If that makes any sense. I know I'm all over the place. I'm just talking about shit, but yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, and I might have a controversial opinion. So here. Okay.
Whoa. Let me. The views of this podcast do not reflect the views of Eli. There you go. Okay.
Yeah, I always thought that the Crow movie was just okay. Now, hear me out.
Okay.
I loved the comic. I love the comic. Mm-hmm. The comic is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I loved it. And when I heard they were making a movie, I could not wait to see it. And and it's hard to follow the making of movies because we didn't have the internet back then. You know, I was like looking up, you know, the magazines like Fangoria and Starlog and you know what I mean? You know, to get news and gossip on the making of The Crow. And then when Brandon Lee died on set, and it was on set. So there's like this sort of this mystique about the movie because, you know, Brandon Lee passed away on the set and it's about a ghost, you know, where he's playing a ghost, you know, essentially. So it's got this like eerie, tragic theme, you know, to it. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why a lot of the fans are like shitting all over this remake because I think it lacks that mystique. Even though there's been shitty sequels and shitty TV series, and there's been other Crow comics, you know, that have come out since then. There's like a whole bunch of Crow comics.
Wasn't the kid from Terminator 2 played the Crow or some shit?
He was in on what's his name? Mark Dacascos played in one of the Crow, like a TV series.
Yeah,
you know, or something like that. So there's been other Crow media since then. But I think this movie is held in high regard. Plus, it like kind of it is such a '90s thing where you know it you know, as far as the music, the soundtrack, you know, the whole goth look, you know, the look, that ultra noir look that kind of defined that sort of comic book style of noir, like what you see in The Matrix. And what you can tell it was influenced by Tim Burton's Batman, and you know what I mean. It kind of,
I was about to say Batman first, but yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's why people are kind of upset with this remake. And I've watched the trailer, and you know what? Honestly, if it wasn't called The Crow,
yeah,
it actually looks like a pretty decent movie. You know, you know I'm just saying, like.
I didn't even see the trailer.
It looks brutal. Like it looks brutal. It looks like some John Wick type of shit. It looks really violent and brutal. And I think that's the thing, is like one of the reasons why I won't say disappointed in the original movie is like it didn't go as hard and gritty as, I mean, it had the look and feel, but it didn't go as violent as the comic book. I mean, there's scenes in the comic book that are really violent, and they ain't gonna put it in a PG-13 movie, you know.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be rated R.
No, I'm talking about the original, because the original movie was PG-13.
You serious?
Yeah. So it didn't go as hard and brutal. Like there's some iconic panels in that comic, you know. So I'm just saying, I
thought for sure time to cancel Eli.
No, I love the comic. I think it is one of the. When we did the top 5 graphic novels, did anyone say The Crow? I don't remember.
I don't think so.
Yeah, but it is a great. I mean,
yeah,
it is a great story. It's a great comic. And the art, the story. It's really hot. The Crow talks in the comic. The Crow talks to him. You know.
Yeah, they were talking back and forth. They didn't do that. They didn't have it.
They didn't do that. No, the Crow does not talk. in the movie.
Okay, Eli, you not selling me on the movie. This classic 90s movie that everybody praise and holds us in regard.
No,
I'll spit off just reading the comic then.
I got into arguments with all my nerdy comic book friends back then when I said, the crow didn't talk in the movie. And they're like, what did you want the crow to be? Bark, 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 bark.
No,
like, hey, Eric, go kill everybody. Like have him, give him like, Morgan Freeman's voice or something.
Or something, Lawrence Fishburne, I don't know.
Yeah.
Frank Miller did not do the crow.
That was James O'Barr.
That was
James O'Barr.
Yeah, he did. So,
but very similar style it had that very gritty noir, black and white.
It felt Sin City-ish to be honest. Because that was around the same time when it came out. So
yeah, Sin City, the comics dropped around that time. It was all around early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. You know, but yeah, I mean the movie is good. I mean, if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's really good. It's very well made. And yeah, it's just got this kind of eerie quality to it, and it is sad. It is sad, it's a sad, tragic story. So I understand why people are like, they just saw, this, the new Crow, and he looks like a shitty juggalo, crackhead juggalo. And like, what the fuck is this shit? It ain't goth enough for them or whatever, but I understand when you're a fan of a thing and they remake that thing and it's not what
sucks, or it's not what you picture in your head,
Yeah, it doesn't resemble the thing you're a fan of. I totally get it.
Like, because you're always gonna get disappointed for that because everybody has an idea of what a thing is supposed to be when it goes live action, and my idea of it is going to be your idea of it. So they're always going to piss off somebody. Yeah,
and like I said, there's been other Crow comics where he doesn't look like Eric Draven. He doesn't look like the comedy and tragedy that like the Harlequin mask that he wears, the makeup that he wears.
Yeah,
they don't have that. Where there's been different looking crows. So I think maybe that's what they're trying to do, and and people like this movie. Like I said, it was a huge thing back in the 90s. The soundtrack, it was all full of the most popular alternative rock bands at the time. And it's a staple of probably a lot of people's childhoods, and so I get it. I totally get it.
Some people say this is their favorite comic book movie. I've heard people say that.
Yeah.
So
it's worth the look.
Jake, you will like the graphic novel. You really will.
It's great.
It's not long either.
No,
it's get in, get out. Yeah.
No, it's not like 12-ish. No, it's good, and you'll see like it's very, very different from the movie.
Yeah.
Like the movie actually. Yeah, the movie actually expands on, like, takes a lot of liberty with the comic. Like, it basically just turns, because like you said, it's not very long, so they actually expand on a lot of things. So that that's not in the comics, but it's good. The comic is great. It is a very great, very well made piece of literature. Yes, I'm going to call it literature.
Now,
it's up there with.
Now, you want to read something that will fuck you up? The Mask. Those comics.
Oh yeah,
they are nothing like Jim Carrey. Nothing like
that movie. Even though I thought the movie was pretty funny, but those Mask comics are very violent.
Yes. You'll never see Jim Carrey do that shit. So he had to sit there do it.
It's basically kind of like Deadpool. I mean, he was kind of like a Deadpool.
He kind of was like Deadpool before Deadpool. Yeah.
Just very violent. He was killing everybody. The Mask killed everybody.
So, all right, let me say, can move on to the next part of the podcast.
Sure.
Sorry about y'all. I got no Street Fighter videos for y'all. I didn't do shit, but whatever. But we got comics. So, like I said, this is the Comic Book Bullies, where we talk about comic books, and we're going to jump into it. And Eli, I guess I'm going to go first because I guess I got a bunch of books. A bunch of books. So, what book I'm going to start off with first? Let's start off with, okay, how many X-Men books do I have this week? Okay, Eli, I only have 2 X-Men books this week. So we're trimming it down. We're cutting down. Doing a little bit better. Okay. So the first book I'm going to do is Fall of the House of the X of
the 10.
of the 10
of the power of the sword of the X.
So yeah, we're doing that book. So yeah, we're doing the fall of the X of the house of the whatever. And yeah, so we're here. And this is where they finally go after Dr. Stasis. This is what the book is about. Issue 3. Let's get into it, jump into it. Let's get into it. Bam. So the book starts off with Juggernaut dragging Krakoa through the desert because his mission to rescue Krakoa. And while he's grabbing Krakoa, he gets stabbed in the leg. Now, of course, it's Juggernaut. How you gonna stab in the leg? What they did, they took one of Wolverine's skeletons that one of his dead bodies, and turned it into, I guess, a harpoon. And that's how it was able to penetrate Juggernaut's leg. So that's how he stabbed with adamantium. So either way, he's still carrying Krakoa around. And that's when you got this big ass helicarrier coming at them. Yes, it's a shield helicarrier on them right now. Reason because those who haven't been keeping up, Orchis is a part of shield. They're part of shield, Hydra, AIM, some other folks, and they got weapons. They got access to all of their stuff. So yeah. So and then they're just firing at Juggernaut. Get some, Juggernaut. And Juggernaut's blocking. Juggernaut just doing old shit. Don't you know who I am? I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. The steel weapons can't harm me.
Does he really say that? Come on.
No, he's not. He didn't say it. So they like, okay, so if we can't shoot you, we'll shoot him. So then they start shooting at Krakoa. And Krakoa starts getting hit. They're like, oh, shit, because that's his main job is protect Krakoa. So he takes some of the tree limbs off Krakoa and just throws into the Orchis guys and like stabs them through the chest and shit like that. Meanwhile, we cut to Cyclops and Dr. Kreger, and she did some shit to knock out Omega Sentinel. And what they're doing, they're sneaking away. And Cyclops basically telling her why he blasting dudes to get away. He could have escaped anytime he wanted to. The reason he didn't escape is because he's waiting for her to realize the bullshit that was going on around in Orchis. And he straight up asked her, Dr. Kreger, who is running Orchis? And she thought, well, I thought I was. But it turns out I'm not. And we'll find out who's really running Orchis in a second. And that's when their ride shows up. Magic there. Got Cyclops his optic thing. So now he can actually like use it because he was actually walking around blindfolded before she got there. And she was like, look, we need to go to the moon. And we need to go there because we're on a mission. And that's what she does. She teleports to the moon. Meanwhile, Apocalypse has recruited every mutant on Mars, or Araco, how you call it. Basically telling them what's going on. And it's basically saying, if y'all come with us, you might not come back, but hey, we're recruiting you to war. And that's when, boom, Manifold shows up and he brings the, what is it called? That Sword space station, the Sword space station that Sword was using. And all you hear, and I can't make out the two figures, but all you hear is, hey, sugar. So you know who right is. Yeah.
Can you see her ass from here?
Not really. It's just right. Hey, you know what? I can work with this. I can work with this. just me personally, and basically telling them everybody gets on the ship. I understand a lot of y'all are from Earth. Y'all want to get back to Earth. When we get back to Earth, you got to fight for it. So yes, that's what he does. So Manifold does his teleporting bullshit thing going on right now because they don't have the gates anymore. It's just teleporting anywhere. So Manifold has to take everybody who wants to. So he takes the Sword Space Station 2, put it next to Sword Space Station 1, and together they form an X. All that shit like that. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm. So the X-Men doing X-Men shit, they jump off that, basically saving Krakoa. And Rogue is basically saying that Destiny told her this shit was going to happen right here. So Juggernaut, she was taking Krakoa, and basically Juggernaut just looking in the sky. He's like, oh yeah, you guys are fucked. And that's when the X-Men jump off. You see the X swords over the helicarrier, and meanwhile, Kitty Pryde and Emma are coming to help, but Tony Stark is telling him, y'all can't do that. I got a mission for y'all. Firestar just sent me a message. And Firestar basically sent me a message like, if you get this message, I'm dead. Orchis find out I'm a spy for the X-Men, and basically, don't worry, I tagged Dr. Stasis. So if I'm not dead, rescue me. If I am dead, avenge me. Boom. And and basically they're like, okay, we're gonna let everybody else fight, save Krakoa. We're gonna basically take down Dr. Stasis. So Dr. Stasis is in the desert doing everything. He's about to disappear and reboot himself later on. And that's when they find him. So Kitty Pryde starts beating the shit out of him left and right, and then she takes his helmet off. And she's just like, and basically Dr. Stasis is like, look, if you kill me, then you don't know where Firestar is, because I hadn't killed Firestar yet. but I hid her in a special place. And I did that shit just in case you came for me. So, and I got a psychic blocker in my head right now, so you can't read my thoughts. And Kitty's just like, oh, what? You mean this psychic blocker that I just took out your head when I took your helmet off? You're like, oh shit. Yeah, Emma, read his mind. So Emma read his mind. And they find out where Firestar is. She's like in New York, some shit like on a boat. So Sync is he's close enough, he uses Firestar powers, blast the Orchis dudes off there, rescue Firestar. She's not dead. And she's just like, are you okay? She's fine. Okay. So then she's like, yeah, we got it. And Emma's like making him beg and kneel and shit like that. Not like she did Mr. Sinister, where she made him bark like a dog and call her mistress. She didn't do that.
Lick her boots and shit.
Yeah, like he did that shit. See, this is why Hickman needs to come back, man, because Hickman was on that shit. Anyway, and he's just like, no, you can't kill me. Don't kill me. He's like, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm gonna torture you mentally until you wish you were dead. And she basically made him imagine every X-Men killing him over and over and over again, like Colossus smashing his head, Magneto crushing his skull and shit like that, to the point he has a cardiac arrest. Doesn't die, but he's just like, please just stop torturing me, while she's just drinking and shit like that. And Kitty's just like, what the fuck you doing, Emma? Kill this dude. She's like, because if you don't kill him, if he comes back, anything he does is on us. That's our fault. And she's like, you really think we should kill this guy? And while they debating that shit, Firestar just shoots in there, Dr. Stasis, and just barbecues his ass, turns him into fricassee, like nothing while they debating and shit. And he like burns to a crisp, like in the ashes and shit. And she starts crying because she killed somebody and she's all nervous like that. And Emma's like, okay, why are you crying over this asshole? And then I just remembered that Emma trained her. Like how Professor X trained the X-Men, she trained her because she had her own rival school. She's one of the Hellions, the original Hellions. So yeah. So and basically saying, okay, let's go do this shit. So they go to Mars. I'm sorry, the moon, where Cyclops, house used to be at on the blue moon, area on the moon, like that. And they're basically looking for what the Sentinels are playing up to, because that's what they realized, that while the mutants and the humans were at each other's throats, all the robots and all the AI on Orchis was behind the scenes not doing shit. Like Omega Sentinel, Nimrod, Moria, all the motherfuckers like that. They was in cahoots with each other. They was playing us against the mutants. So, and Dr. Gregor just walks into the room and she sees Nimrod like doing some shit, powering himself up or whatever the fuck he's doing. She was like, what the hell are you doing? Now, Nimrod has the mind of her husband. Like she put the mind of her husband in Nimrod. That's what powers Nimrod. But the way Nimrod is talking, he's like, I'm here to eradicate humans and mutants all together. So now Cyclops telling her, like, that's not your husband. And she like, I realize that now, but Nimrod got to understand that the only reason he's alive because of the stuff that we did for him. So he at least got to, understand that much. And Nimrod just like, no. And then bam, breaks her neck, turns in the opposite direction. Kills her. Yeah. And Cyclops like, you
from a new angle.
Right. Now you can see what I see. So Cyclops just blasts like that. You animal. It doesn't do shit. Like I said, it's Nimrod. So, and Nimrod basically just telling him his evil mastermind plan. He was like, while the mutants and humans were at each other's throats doing all this other bullshit, we were planning our master plan to wipe all of you out. And that's what we plan on doing. To be continued. So, yeah. So that is the house of the fall of the rise of the son of X.
The tens of the swords.
The claws of the sword of So that's going on. Now we got movement. We got action going on. The fall of X is about to start falling. We're about to start wrapping this shit up. So that's the thing. So they're about to, put all the toys in the toy box. I don't know how they're going to kill Nimrod, because any comic that Nimrod has ever been here, he's either killed everybody or everybody like barely escaped him. So they can't fight him. So that blast that Cyclops did, they basically tickled him. So I don't know. But I'm interested. I want to see where it goes. So yeah. This one I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5. Eli, you got me a bunch of action, gave me a bunch of setup. So yeah, I'm good. So
cool.
Yeah. So what you got next?
I'll do Mace Windu, number 2.
Mason Windu. I'm making this shit up again. All right,
so this is obviously before is it before the Clone Wars? I think it is before the Clone Wars. Mm-hmm. Mace Windu is on a mission from the Jedi to go after this scientist who is trying to sell this new form of coaxium, which is that fuel source that allows hyperspace. Mm-hmm. It's in the Solo movie. It's what they were transferring in what they were mining on Kessel. On Kessel,
I thought it was Corellia.
Corellia is where Han Solo's from. That's his planet he was from.
But that's where they make the ships, though, right?
That's where they make the ships. That's the shipping yard. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But Kessel is the mines, the spice mines.
See,
Kessel.
here I go. I'm thinking I know shit. Trying to challenge you. So yeah.
The spice mines. Yes, we know. Star Wars was influenced by Dune. Shut the fuck up.
It's social media. They will never let this down.
Yeah, but you know what? One thing Dune doesn't have.
What was that?
Hey, the music. The music, motherfuckers.
We're gonna debate this shit because Star Wars has some awesome, excellent music, but that Dune music with Hans Zimmer, that shit is stuck in my head. I can't get it out. It's stuck in my head. I can't get it out, man. But anyway,
the scientist has this new form of coaxium that's going to allow for faster hyperspace travel, and so basically the Jedi and the Republic doesn't want this fuel to get into the wrong hands, like criminals or gangsters or pirates. So they send Mace Windu to go recover it, go find this girl. She's a scientist. So she, issue 1, he finds her, and they're being chased because she basically put out an open bounty, like, hey, anybody want to buy this shit from me? I'm selling it. So that every thug in the galaxy is trying to find her now. So they're being chased, and that's what this issue starts, where they're being chased through the city, and and then they basically escape into these underground crystal caves, and then it just turns into it kind of slows down. We're focusing on character, this conversation between them two. We learn about her and how she's she's morally gray, that she's just doing what she does to get by. She doesn't really care who gets this fuel, because she's poor. She just wants to make some money. And of course, Mace Windu is like, well, it can't fall into the wrong hands, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, whoa, who's that? Like, who? Like, you're, what, pirates, gangsters, the Republic, the Jedi? I mean, to her, they're all the same. Like, I'm poor. I grew up in the fringe of the galaxy. Like, it's all the same shit to me. Like, the Jedi ain't doing shit for me down here. They don't, you know what I'm saying? So it's like this cool, little conversation she has. We're like, the Jedi ain't all that, y'all ain't saving shit down here, So it's kind of cool that, she kind of puts Mace Windu in his place, so to speak. Excuse me, let me get some water. And then they start getting chased by these giant worms, and they fight them and stuff. But I must say that so Haran Kal, is that what it's called? She's from the same planet as Mace Windu. So which means
what planet he's from. So okay.
Yeah, Hunan Kal. It's like a desert, or not a desert. It's like a jungle rainforest planet. Mm-hmm. So this is calling. I'm getting deep now. I'm getting Star Wars deep. This is referring to the Mace Windu novel, which is no longer canon. It's, because when Disney bought it, none of those old novels are canon anymore. But there's a Mace Windu novel called Shatterpoint, and it's awesome. And it's about Mace Windu going back to his home planet to rescue his old Padawan who went mad. There's a war going on this planet. So it's like Apocalypse Now with lightsabers, or Hearts of Darkness. He's got to go travel down to this jungle planet and find his old Padawan that's gone insane and leading this jungle tribe of warriors, during this war, So it's a really cool fucking story. But it basically, this comic refers to that planet. So hopefully it's canon now. That story's canon. Plus Shatterpoint. Shatterpoint is actually an ability that it's a force ability that Mace Windu has, where he can sense your weakness and just exploit it. You can tell, okay, this guy don't know how to do this, so I'm gonna this guy's got weak knees. Okay, I'm just kicking him in the knee. He can he's got this
kind of like a keto. You find the weak points of it.
Yeah. He can sense your greatest weakness, before you even fight. So, and just goes after that. So yeah, I just thought that was cool that they referenced this novel. Like I said, it's a great novel. It's a great Star Wars story, and Mace Windu being a badass. But yeah, like I said, this story, this comic kind of slowed down a bit and focused on characters, and I can't remember her name, but the scientist's like backstory a little bit. And
she wasn't in the novel, right?
No.
Okay.
And just kind of a little bit of political commentary, classism in the Star Wars universe, which I thought was pretty cool. So yeah, I'll give it a 4 out of 5. It was cool.
Nice. Okay. All right, we're gonna keep it rolling. Let me see what we got here next. The next book I'm going to do is Ultimate Black Panther. Eli,
I didn't get to read this either. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Like I said, this is still the Ultimate Universe. This is different, Black Panther versus the Moon Knights. So that's funny just hearing that by itself. So we're seeing what's going on. Where's that book? There's that book go. The book ended, the last issue ended with T'Chaka dying and basically going to war with the Moon Knights. So, and Moon Knight is not a guy, it's an army of people. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. The army.
That's what's going on right now. And the cover you see, that looks like Black Panther and Shuri versus the Moon Knights. Now, the Moon Knight, there's no, what's the guy, Oscar Isaac or shit like that. No, one is Khonshu and the other is Ra. The Egyptian. They're like the avatar of those gods, and that's what they're fighting. Mm-hmm. Just like Black Panther's avatar Bass. But anyway, let's go to it. Boom. Anyway, let's go to it. All right. So, the book starts off with T'Challa. Basically, I think it's like 30 days later. It's like 30 days later after what happened, and they're at war. We're at full blown war with the Moon Knights, and not only at full blown war with the Moon Knights, he's torturing and capturing his own people. Because the reason his father died was because an assassin snuck in there. So that means it was an inside job. So he's interrogating anybody that might have anything to do with it. He told them against their will and fuck all due process, didn't care about anything like that. And it gets to the point that the people are scared of him. They can't even mourn T'Chaka in peace because they're scared of what T'Challa might do. So, and while he's doing that, he's just, Quay's trying to give him counsel, and she's basically telling him, you need to lighten up on your people. They're scared of you. They can't be scared of you because you're the king now. And she was like, what do you think I'm scared of, my king? You're scared of what all men are afraid of, that they'll never be good enough. I'm like, that's deep ass line right there. Okay, I see you, Brian Hill. And basically saying he's got to go meet the Valley, the Bene Gesserits, them people. He got to go meet them.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I can't remember their name, whatever like that. And she basically telling him, don't trust them because they only serve themselves. So don't make it where where you're serving them. And she's like, okay, cool. So she goes to him and she walks up there and he's basically in prayer and she's basically like telling him his future and shit, giving him counsel and basically telling him that, okay, you are going to meet a woman made of light and you're going to meet her during the time of war. And this woman made of light is going to give you a baby. And that baby is going to be the chosen one of Wakanda, the heir that they've been looking for the whole generation, shit like that, the Quizet Haderach, whatever it is. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna make anyone doing reference, man. I'm done. Anyway, and basically T'Challa's just like, so you saying Okoye is the woman of light? He like, depends. Is she a light? He like, kinda. So he's not too sure about that. She's like, well, you better be sure because Destiny's coming whether you like it or not, Meanwhile, they get in the fight. The Dora Milaje and the Moon Knights just go on to war, all of this like that. Shuri's monitoring from her base, and she basically tell you, okay, don't worry, T'Challa, I'm gonna give you control of the throne. So what is the throne? It's a big giant robot shaped like a panther. And it basically like beats the shit out of all the Moon Knights shit like that, and all the the Dora Milaje battle on Wakanda forever, all this shit like that, and basically win the war because Shuri built them a weapon that can just kick the Moon Knight's ass. So yeah. Meanwhile, the Moon Knights, the head Moon Knights, Khonshu and Ra, or their avatars, are basically talking to somebody. We can't see who it is, Everybody's like, your intel was wrong. You should have gave us the right intel. Like, all my intel was good first. Did I give you the right intel to sneak that assassin in to kill T'Chaka? Did not do that, and I betraying Wakanda just from talking to you. So we don't know who this is. Somebody is on the inside working with the Moon Knights that's living in Wakanda. Who this person is, we don't know. I think I know. I have a theory, but I'll say it at the end. And that's going on right now. So basically, just saying, okay, give me more information. We'll go from there. And then when it's all done, we're going to take out T'Challa, and you will have, because basically the Moon Knights are pissed because they've controlled all of Africa except Wakanda. Wakanda is the only country they haven't controlled in Africa yet. That's why they're pissed. So yeah. So they're like, do you trust her? I mean, or trust whoever that is. Did they say her? They didn't say who. They just said whoever you trust. They just like, whoever it is, I trust them to make Wakanda fall. So meanwhile, in the war room, and T'Challa puts two and two together, like the only way that the Moon Knights can hit the vibranium mounds that they're not supposed to know about, because somebody is telling them. That's how they got in to kill T'Chaka. So he's like, I can't trust anybody. I can't trust anybody in this room right now. You know, one of you might be a spy. So he decides to like go there by himself. He had information on where they might be. Well, his spies found out where they might be, because there's one area where no animals will go in that area, and they just built that area like 2 weeks ago. So obviously something is there in Africa, and T'Challa's just like, okay, well, if no beast will go there, maybe a panther will go there. And he suits up, gets suited and booted, takes the Talon and flies over the there to see what's going on. He's basically telling Shuri, okay, if something happens and I spot them, then send the Dora Milaje in, but don't send them until I give the word. So while they're flying over them, boom, signal lost. She loses control of them. Somebody has taken down the plane. The plane falls, but don't worry, T'Challa's okay because superhero landing. So he's good. So and he wakes up and got all kind of spotlights around, stuff like that, and he's surrounded by Moon Knights. It's a trap. They knew he was coming. So they start shooting at him, and normally bullets don't work on, but I guess they got special moon bullets or some shit. I don't like that. They shoot him enough to take him down, and they start, converging on his point, blasting him, and that's when the sky opens up, and bam, they all get struck by lightning. So how did they get struck by lightning? T'Challa looks up, and he sees a woman.
The woman of light.
The woman of light. Oh shit! To be continued. So yeah. So we're gonna see what's going on with that. So they are doing something, or maybe it's prophecy, maybe it's not a prophecy like that. But anyway, Black Panther and Storm have met in the Ultimate Universe. So is Brian Hill going to give us what we want? Who knows? So we'll see. Overall, 4 out of 5. Good, strong story. It calmed down from the last story. I see he's still setting stuff up, but I'm still interested to see where it's going on. We have a spy. I think I know who the spy is. I think the spy is the new Wakandan general. That new person just made up. I think that's who he is. I may be wrong, but if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. Whatever. Fuck it. Shit. Yeah. So that's all I got. So what you got next?
What's your score?
4 out of 5. I'm gonna get a 4 out of 5. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. I got Transformers number 6.
Okay.
Daniel Warren Johnson continues to.
Now, is this the end of this arc? I know it's still going, but I mean the end of this arc.
I don't know if it's his, but it does say to be continued.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if he's going to be on the next book, but I know he's only doing this opening run. So.
So he already announced that ahead of time.
Yeah. But yeah, so Daniel Warren Johnson writing and doing the art for Transformers, and if you've listened to this podcast before, I'm a huge Daniel Warren Johnson fan. Love his writing, love his art. He's just a juggernaut, so to speak. So yes, this is Transformers. He's sort of rebooting the Generation 1 story arc, the cartoon that we all and comics that we all grew up on in the 80s. And this picks up right where there's the big battle. We're in the big battle, the big climactic battle. Devastator, the Constructicons.
That's right.
Formed.
You said it from last issue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. Okay, that's Devastator. Okay.
Yeah, the Constructicons, all those construction vehicles, they all form like Voltron into Devastator, a big giant robot that starts, and Devastator just starts whipping ass. he literally picks up Optimus Prime and does the Hulk thing like Hulk did to Loki in Avengers.
Yeah. Let's not do that. Oh no, not Optimus Prime.
Yeah, he does that to Prime. He grabs Prime by the legs and just starts swinging him and smashing him around and shit.
Now,
fucks him up.
Optimus Prime beating the shit out of Starscream is that?
Yeah. That happens too. So yeah, like I said, there's a whole there he is. There he's swinging Optimus Prime around.
No, okay.
So yeah, so Prime was beating up Starscream, and then Devastator shows up and grabs Prime and just starts, slamming him and shit. Fucks him up. In the meantime, Cliff Jumper and Carly, she's Sam's friend. Sam is in the hospital. So earlier on in the series, Sam got injured, into the hospital. He was about to die until Optimus Prime gave his Allspark energy to save Sam, to save Sam's life. And in doing so, he used up all the energy that the Autobots could have used to repair themselves, and Teletran 1 in their ship and all that. So he sacrificed the Autobots to save one human life, because that's what Prime does. Prime is just that cool. So Carly and Cliff Jumper, they're Cliff Jumper's like a little car. He's like a little, what is he, like a Ferrari or whatever? He's not that big. And then Carly's like, so there's this thing like, we're not that big enough, we're not that powerful enough, but if we use our head, we can do some damage. So there's a battle where Starscream and against Cliff Jumper, and Cliff Jumper, they actually team up. Like Carly actually grabs the big giant Transformer gun and manages to shoot it and take out Starscream, and Cliff Jumper jumps on him and is right about to shoot Starscream, but then he realizes he can't. He's like, I can't, I'm tired of this war. I'm tired of this shit. This war is just, devastated our planet. Now we're coming down to this planet and fucking up yours now. I'm tired of this shit. And then Starscream, because he's an asshole, grabs Carly and is right about to squeeze her and kill her. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Optimus Prime is all fucked up.
Right.
Because Devastator just beat the shit out of him. And he's about to die. And if you remember that old movie, the old 86 Transformers movie, Optimus Prime died.
Power. Yeah.
Yeah. Optimus Prime died in that movie. So here we are. Oh shit. Optimus Prime is about to die. Spike, Sam's dad, is like, yo, you sacrificed yourself to save my son. I'm gonna step up and do the same thing. So he gives himself to Prime's Allspark. So his life energy goes into Optimus Prime's Allspark and refuels it, recharges it.
Oh, damn.
And so he sacrifices his life to save Optimus Prime. So Optimus Prime he's all recharged up now, grabs Devastator. Optimus Prime grabs Devastator and throws him. That's how powerful.
Okay.
Yeah.
He like it from a little ass dude. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And throws, like suplexes Devastator. Plus he's got Megatron's gun. I failed to mention that he also has Megatron's gun.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
So yeah, he fucks up Devastator, throws him, and Devastator lands on Starscream right before he squishes Carly. And so yeah, that's pretty much kind of, yeah. And then Prime comes in blazing, fucks up Starscream, all that shit. The Decepticons take off, retreat. Like, yeah, the Devastator, basically, Devastator pulls himself apart into the vehicles again. I thought this was funny. So Devastator like detaches, turns back into their normal selves vehicles, and the dump truck is like carrying Starscream's like limp body away.
Because after Optimus Prime fucked him up, so yeah.
Yeah, and then retreat, and so yeah, the Decepticons retreat, and then it cuts back to the hospital where Sam is waking up, and he's like, "Where's my dad?" And it's like, to be continued. So that's where it ends. So yeah, lots of action, but in classic Daniel Warren Johnson form. It's full of, there's just that emotional, that emotional anchor where, his dad sacrifices himself, and I think that's the thing is I think that's what he sort of tapped into, like that life, because there's a scene in one of the earlier comics where Optimus Prime finds a dead deer. And like basically this machine, this robot is basically appreciating how precious life is, like life should be preserved. So I think that's the ongoing theme here is like these machines are realizing that, life is a sacred, delicate thing and should be saved, should be managed, should be, taken care of. So I thought that was cool. So lots of action, but also a lot of heart. And that's pretty much what you get from Daniel Warren Johnson. Brutal, visceral violence, and then some, goosebump feeling, eyes choking up, tearing up type of emotion.
Yeah, not just a light show. He wants you to feel these characters. So
yeah. So yeah, this was great. Another 5 out of 5. He has not fucking drop the ball on any of these issues. Every issue of the series has been great, so I mean it made my top 10 of last year and it was only 3 issues.
Right. And it's just not wrapping it up. So
yeah. So 5 out of 5.
Cool. All right. So last book I'm going to do, like I said I was going to do, this is finishing up from last week where we were going to finish up Days of Future Past. So
okay. That's right. Yeah.
This is the second issue, and this is the last issue of this run. Like I said, after this run, it's come to completely. So this issue is just 2 issues. So what we got here is, let me see what I got it. Yeah. So this is the cover of this book, and it says, in this issue, everybody dies. That's how the book goes on. So cutting off preliminaries to jump into it. Like I said, last issue, they're trying to save Senator Kelly from getting assassinated. And now they're in the middle. They're in the Capitol, right? No, Capitol, Congress, one of them, in one of those buildings. And now they're trying to save him. Okay, so you get a picture of Kitty Pryde. So because she's the whole point of this story. So half of her is one side, half is one side, because her mind is in 1980, but her body is in 2013. And depending on what she does in 1980 is going to determine what happens in 2013. So we're going to 1980 and we see the Brotherhood squaring off with the X-Men. You got this big panel right here where they're just squaring off at each other like that. And Mystique just like, X-Men, if you can get out the way, Brotherhood, kill them, And while they talking all this shit, Senator Kelly just like, look, arrest everybody. Get them out of here. So the police actually tries to arrest Blob, and Blob just smacks the shit out of them. Meanwhile, while the X-Men are confused, Avalanche hits them with an avalanche because that's what's power, avalanche.
Duh.
Yeah. Nightcrawler is the one to recover because he's the fastest of the X-Men. And so he just teleports and starts bam, 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 starts giving Avalanche the business. He teleports so fast, Avalanche can't find him. Destiny, meanwhile, is telling Avalanche, okay, Avalanche, you're ready to attack on your left in 3, 2, bam, knocks out Nightcrawler because Destiny can see the future. She knows where Nightcrawler was going to be. So she hits him where he thought he was going to be. Meanwhile, while Pyro is hitting Colossus with fire, trying to see if his metal will melt, which Colossus don't want to know if it does, Wolverine's like, hey, man, that's a cool-ass trick you got. Okay, I'm going to stab you now. And Storm's like, wait, what the fuck? So she tornadoes Wolverine out of the way to stop him. And while she tells him he's about the way, she also uses tornadoes to take out the fire. She does 2 things at one time. And she also tells everybody, all the rest of the X-Men, okay, we got 2 missions. Stop, make sure Professor
drop, open up shop.
That's a Rough Riders roll. So she got 2 missions. Make sure Senator Kelly doesn't die, and make sure Wolverine doesn't stab anybody on national TV, because this whole fight is being televised on all 3 channels in 1980. So yeah. Meanwhile,
yeah, that's about right. Yeah. In 1980, that's about how many channels we had.
Yeah, 3 channels. That was it. 1980. Yeah. So meanwhile, a cop comes and tries to escort Professor X and Moria out of there. And as soon as they get out of here, they get hit with a gas bomb because the cop turned out to be Mystique. Yeah. And she's telling Destiny, okay, what's the situation? How we looking? They're like, oh yeah, we looking good, but the problem is there's something messing up the timeline right now that I can't see. There's something running around here right now. And Mystique, right? Hey, even if you can't see it, it doesn't really matter. Because our Brotherhood is trained more than this new X-Men that's running around right now. I don't know who these guys are, but they're not the X-Men. So we cut to, and I'm gonna just fast forward past this part. So because basically we cut to 2013 to see what's going on, and they finally made it to the Baxter building. They finally snuck in, and they're going up the elevator, and yeah, that's that part. So it's kind of like a little interlude. We cut back to where we were before. Now back to present, well, not present day, but 1980. Kitty Pryde is seeing the X-Men getting the shit beat out of them by the Brotherhood. You know, the Brotherhood just taking them apart. Basically, the Brotherhood are the 96 Bulls, and the X-Men are the Washington Wizards because they don't know what the fuck going on. The Brotherhood are.
I don't understand that reference.
Michael Jordan, 96. Anyway, yeah, 6 times. Yeah. Anyway, they get their ass kicked, and Storm is just like, damn, we're getting our ass kicked right now. Like, because she just became the leader of the X-Men maybe a couple issues ago. Like, all this shit is new. She's like, if Cyclops was in charge, he would have beat them by now. Because basically, after the whole Jean Grey shit, Dark Phoenix, he left the team because he was depressed. So now Storm is in charge, and she's running the team to the ground. I don't know what the hell to do. She's like, okay, let me get my head together. Let me figure out what to do. So, okay, first thing, we need to get out of this room. So she like throws a huge gust of wind and knocks everybody out of the room like an open to give the X-Men more room to work and give herself more room to work. So while they're doing it, everybody else in the middle of the street watching the X-Men and Brotherhood fight. Meanwhile, Colossus gets his ass knocked out of the room. And who knocked him out? Blob. And Blob was about to sit on him. And Colossus is like, I don't even know what happens if you do sit on me. I'm pretty sure that's going to be bad. Meanwhile, Blob is just like, man, you X-Men suck. I don't know who you guys are, but you suck right now. Matter of fact, I don't even need the Brotherhood. I could beat you guys by myself if they just let me. While they're talking all that shit. Meanwhile, the National Guard is there, and they're just like, shoot them. Like, who? Everybody, all of them, shoot the Brotherhood X-Men. I don't care who they are. If they got crazy ass powers, shoot them. So Colossus gets hit. One of them has a brilliant idea to bring a flamethrower out. Pyro is using it for flamethrower, chasing after Angel and Wolverine. And he's got one monster going after Angel, the other monster going after Wolverine. Grabs Wolverine, he's burning alive. Storm like flies through it to take it apart. Wolverine's kind of healing, but he's kind of disoriented. Meanwhile, another Nightcrawler jumps at Nightcrawler. He's like, the fuck? So they start attacking each other, start fighting each other, and Nightcrawler's like, Wolverine, get him. And the other Nightcrawler like, no, Wolverine, get him. And Wolverine is still recovering from getting burned alive and shit. He's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna just start stabbing. If Nightcrawler's smart, he'll get out the way. And Storm is just like, what the fuck you doing? Put your claws back. You're like, no, I'm not putting my claws back. We are in the middle of a fight right now, and I feel like stabbing somebody because I just got burned alive. And Storm is just like, no, you put your claws back or you put them on me. And that's when Wolverine turns the claws right at her and just like, oh, that could be arranged. And Storm is thinking just like, oh, he really going to use this shit on me. Like, who let this crazy motherfucker on the team? So, and Storm is just like telling him, look, Wolverine, you pull your claws out when I tell you to pull your claws out. I'm running the X-Men right now. And he's like, Cyclops won't even talk to me like that. And you're like, do I look like Cyclops? You're like, and why do you need your claws on these anyway? This is the Brotherhood, not Thanos. You don't need your shit on these. Ain't you the best there is at what you do? Like, what are you doing? Take these guys out. You're like, okay, I'm gonna do it your way right now. So we're gonna finish the conversation. Yes,
snack.
Instead of snicked, it's snack.
It's snicked and snack.
Right. So he's telling Storm, we're gonna finish this conversation. So meanwhile, Avalanche is causing the avalanche while they arguing out and shit, you know. And Colossus has a plan like, Wolverine, stay right there. I got a plan to take Blob out. So he's basically going to use Wolverine as a lever to take Blob out, because as long as Blob is on the ground, he can't be hurt, can't be moving like that. So if you can let him off the ground, and Colossus just like, bam, knocks him out and knocks him in the avalanche. So no more avalanches. So there's two of them down. Meanwhile, Storm is still got fire monsters like that. So just like, well, I could just create a hurricane, just erase that shit. So fire monster gone, Pyro's gone. 2 birds, 1 kill. So, and Nightcrawler knocks out Nightcrawler. And who Nightcrawler turns out to be? Mystique. Now, this is the first time they met. And Nightcrawler's looking at Mystique like, why the fuck do you look like me? And Mystique is telling him, Kurt, why do you think I look like you? Like, what does that mean? And how do you know my name? Like, ask your mother, Margurley Sidors, Margoli Sadars, ask your mother and she'll tell you the answer what's going on. And then she gets out of there and that's it. Meanwhile, like, we got to get the fuck up out of here because they're coming to get anybody. They don't care whether you're good or bad. They're coming for you. And she sneaks out of there and she's like, don't worry, I'll get the Brotherhood. So the X-Men are running. And while they're running, they're like, hey, anybody seen Kitty? They're like, yeah, she went to go get, oh, shit, Senator Kelly. So they completely forgot why they even came here to begin with. They came here to save Senator Kelly. They got in a fight with the Brotherhood. Meanwhile, Senator Kelly is still in danger. So, and we cut to 2013 where you got Colossus, Wolverine, and Storm going to the nerve center of the Baxter building to take out the Sentinels. Meanwhile, Kitty Pryde's like unconscious body is outside with Rachel Summers. So they go in there. They see one Sentinel. They're like, we take the Sentinel out. We take out the building. So Wolverine's like, okay, do like the old days. Give me a fastball special.
Fastball.
So Colossus is a fastball special. Wolverine into the Sentinel. He like, because if he can't see me, I can chop his head off and we can get in there. And before that happens, bam, the Sentinel blasts Wolverine before he in midair before he even gets to him. And he's like, you think we let you in? You think you snuck in? We let you in. So you're only here because we want to just kill you in one spot. So Wolverine has been blasted and dead. All you see is the adamantium skeleton just on the ground. He's out of there. And Colossus with Storm like, oh shit, we are fucked. Yes, you are. So Storm gets pissed, blasts him, takes him out with one lightning shot. And two more Sentinels come in the building. And Colossus is like, oh shit, Storm, more of them coming. So Colossus managed to push one of them down. And Storm blasts the head of the one he pushed down. Meanwhile, the other Sentinel she wasn't paying attention to reaches in his gauntlet and stabs her with a harpoon. So she's dead. So that's two X-Men down right there. Meanwhile, in the Fantastic Four building, Colossus has more rage than he's ever had before. And like his rage right now can is worse than even Wolverine's Berserker rage. So he punches one Sentinel clean out of the back of the building into the middle of the street. And he's fighting. And meanwhile, Rachel, because she got her telepathic powers, she sensed when Wolverine died. She sensed when Storm died. She's trying to stay in contact while Colossus is, oh, he just died. So she's like, oh shit. She's like, damn, Kitty, you need to make sure whatever you're doing, you need to make sure you fixed it, because if you don't, we're screwed. You know. Meanwhile, Kitty in present day sees Destiny because she wasn't fighting with the Brotherhood. She went after Senator Kelly also. And Senator Kelly's just like, you know what? If you're going to do it, do it. I'm going to just stand here and I'm going to take it like a man. And before Destiny can pull the trigger, Kitty Pryde phases through her and she gets messed up. And that's when Destiny be like, oh, she was the anomaly. She was the one in the time stream I couldn't see because Kitty, mine is from the future. That's why Destiny couldn't see her. Otherwise, Disney had everything planned out, but Kitty kind of messed everything up. So she misses. And the moment she did it, she kind of like quantum leaps back to her body and shit. That's an old reference for everybody that watched that show. Anyway, Storm goes in there, sees Kitty Pryde, and she's like, Kitty, you okay? And Kitty's back to normal. She's like regular. And Professor X and Moria finally woke up, and they pretend like they don't know what's going on. They pretend like they're checking on Senator Kelly, but they're really checking on the X-Men. So they fly out of here, and they're basically saying, okay, we're okay. Meanwhile, Mystique is watching everything that's going on. She's like, don't worry, Brotherhood. I'm going to get all of you. I'm going to break you all out of jail in time, and we're going to regroup, and we're going to do this shit again. So they're flying back in the plane. Professor X is telling Kitty everything. Oh, she scanned Kitty to make sure she was telling the truth. She was, and she basically is catching Kitty up on everything that happened. You're from the future. You did this. You did that. Blah, blah, blah. And Kitty don't believe anything that happened. And basically Warren's just like, Angel's just like, well, okay, so did we change the future? And Professor's like, only time will tell. Anyway. Meanwhile, about a month later, we cut to the White House, and the president is having a meeting with Senator Kelly and Sebastian Shaw, the leader of the Hellfire Club. And basically they're saying that, yes, the X-Men saved my life, but if there were no mutants, my life wouldn't need to been saved to begin with. So what we need to do is to react the Sentinel program, because the Sentinel program before wasn't government authorized. It was like some other shit. But now the president's authorized himself, called Project Wide Awake. And who he's putting in charge? Henry Peter Gyrich. And he would say nobody reports to him besides me. And he's going to be in charge of Project Wide Awake. To be continued. So that's it. And the next issue, Kitty fights a brood on Hanukkah. So yeah.
Oh,
that is the story. Yeah. So that is the entire story of Days of Future Past from beginning to ending. That is the story. And that's the thing that launched all these cartoons, all these video games, these movies. That's it. So, yeah, that's about it. What you can get. Like I said, the first issue had a lot more action packed going on. This is pretty much just like one long ass fight scene. But now when I first read it, it was shocking because at the time you didn't see your favorite heroes get killed left and right. This is before the death of Superman and Batman getting his back broken, shit like that. So watching Wolverine, Skeleton, and Storm get stopped, that was shocking at the time. So yeah, but that's all I got. So yeah, that is a complete story. I will clip this and make it one sandwich, if you will.
There you go.
Yeah. Anything else you got, Eli? Or
no, I'm booked out.
Okay. Are we gonna do the thing?
Oh yeah. Let's do the thing.
Let's do the thing. Okay, for those that don't know, shout out to my boss. Matter of fact, shout out to my boss. Shout out to Jake.
Boss.
Shout out to Frankie. Shout out to everybody that shows us love because we've been getting into some trouble lately. So that's all I'm going to get into it. We've been getting in trouble. I'm not going to go too deep into it. And shout out to our Instagram because our Instagram. Eli, have you been checking our Instagram page?
Not really, no.
Okay, it's been.
I don't even barely check my own.
Okay. So our last video that we put on Instagram got like 52,000 views. I like, damn.
Oh no, shit. Well, which one was that?
Goku ripped off Superman.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Okay.
So all the comments have not been kind. We've been getting a lot of comments. So yeah. But we appreciate the engagement. Y'all gonna cover Star Wars next week? We cover Star Wars this week. What do you?
Yeah, what's Star Wars?
What's Star
Bad
Wars?
Batch?
Bad Batch? Is that done or what?
No, it's going on. It's not gonna be done for a while.
Okay, I'm not sure. All right, so I'm gonna just post what I got because my boss always gives us goodies. I don't know what's in here.
Yeah. No. So my boss, yes, thank you. I am back in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. I got your package, and I'm opening it right now.
I'm trying to see right now. I got candy, and I got okay, Godzilla, glow in the dark Godzilla.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. And okay. Godzilla best of.
Oh, so do I. I got a glow in the dark Rodan and a glow in the dark Godzilla. Dope.
Okay, sweet. But it's the idea of the comic. Godzilla. Eli, who is this? Giga who?
Gigan. Oh, that's dope.
Gigan? That's what it is? Okay.
Yeah, Gigan.
Okay.
Yo, that's dope. Sweet. Thank you so much, Mom.
Yeah. I'm reading it inside of it. It's
some ass going
on this. It's some ass going on in here, so I'm gonna check this out. So yeah.
Oh, and then we got some sort of small
Rodan
Godzilla figure.
I know who that is.
Yeah, Rodan. Yeah, Rodan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And not sure what this is.
It's like looks like a little Godzilla for sale in US only. So I'm gonna open it. Fuck it.
Okay.
I'm breaking the seal. Now worthless. No.
I ain't eat lunch today. Thank you, my boss. I'm eating this shit like right now, right after the show.
The candy, yeah. He always comes with. Yeah, he always feeds us too, man.
Yeah, he always feeds it because he know I'm hungry as shit. So yeah.
This box open. What the hell?
You found out what it was yet?
Oh, okay. There I go. Yeah, I got it. What is this? It is. What is this? A stamp? Oh, it's a stamp.
It's a stamp. Okay.
It's a Godzilla stamp.
Oh, stamp. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Right. So we can like an ink stamp. Is that what it is? Yeah.
Nice.
So what does it say? And then should we read the? Self-inking stamp. So like a notary, we could like notarize our shit with Godzilla.
Nice. Okay. I
so I'll read it.
Like, was it like a mob? You got to tell it was like a Godzilla store or something like that, because I noticed that had to be hard to find.
Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah,
this is some cool shit.
So yeah,
well, Super 7, yeah, I know Super 7's been putting out they got a license for all kinds of figures. But yeah, that's dope. Like the
Rodan, like a store or something, or
it's another line of toys, like a figure line,
okay,
figure line.
Yeah.
So yeah, what is this? So to premiere.
Okay. I know what Jake talking about. Hold on, let me get you in here, Jake. Let me see. Battlefront.
Oh, news. Battlefront. Okay, yeah.
I mean, that's already out.
Is it?
I think so. You know what? I don't know if it's out because I saw somebody on YouTube playing it. But you know they get early shit. We don't get that. We don't get those privileges. So I don't know if it's out. But I've been hearing bad things about it though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you know, anytime they like remake old shit or they like port it, they like half-ass it. They kind of did the same thing with Metal Gear. So I'm saying, basically saying like it don't play like it used to. So I don't know. Mm-hmm. I'll check it out. I'll see how it goes.
All right. So should I read this? It says, "Hey Eli, just sending you a little something to get the new year started. Thank you so much for always bringing your A game and your energy to the Comic Book Bully podcast. Stay red, stay black, Bob Boss." Nice, boss. That's nice. Thank you so much. Coming through again, giving us some goodies. Greatly appreciated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After this week, we needed the love, so appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. One day we'll go into detail what we're talking about, but we can't do that right now. So yeah.
Yeah. Not everybody feels like my boss.
Yeah. Do we have to say good? No. Honestly, Jake, here's the thing. We appreciate my boss do. We appreciate y'all for listening. Honestly, all we ask you to do is listen for 30 seconds. That's all we ask you to do. Because that helps the algorithm. So as long as you do that, it puts us in there, boosts us up. We get out there, get a name out there, and find more people to follow us. So that's honestly, if anybody listens to long 30 seconds, you have done your job. If you want to go above and beyond, we appreciate you. We're gonna show you love. We're gonna do this shit on here. So Jake, you don't have to do anything. If you do anything, we're gonna show you love on here. So
yeah.
So
thanks everybody. Yeah, like ditto. Thanks for listening. Yeah, all that shit.
Yeah. We're gonna keep bringing more shit. Yeah. And next week is the big thing. Next week is X-Men 97, so we can finally shit on it properly.
So we are gonna watch it. You are gonna watch?
I haven't been bitching. I haven't said anything about it. I don't give a fuck about the dude's OnlyFans and Dick Wick and shit like that. Look, I'm gonna just watch it. It's just whatever. So yeah. Honestly, I'm not like super excited or against it anyway. It's just it's another show. Like yeah, I just watched.
Yeah, we talked about it. We're gonna piss more people off.
They're really gonna come after us then. So they're gonna show up at us like Jay and Silent Bob. I guess up here the page so you can see what the X-Men creator has. Oh, okay, Jake. If you want to check out that dude's OnlyFans, you do you. We don't need measurements or size wise like that. We trust you. We take your word for it. So yeah. Until then, it's Leroy.
This is Eli.
We talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time.